As we get older, so many things change quietly. Our bodies change, our energy changes, our sleep changes. And for many older adults, something else changes too. Their appetite. Maybe you've seen it in your parents, maybe in your grandparents, or maybe in yourself. Meals get smaller. Food becomes less appealing. Hunger cues disappear. A full plate suddenly feels overwhelming. And what used to be enjoyable, eating, now feels like a task. But why does this happen? Why do older adults lose their appetite, even when their bodies still need nutrition? Today, we'll explore the real science behind this surprisingly common experience. We'll break down what happens inside the brain, inside the digestive system, and inside the emotional world of aging adults, to reveal a full picture of appetite loss later in life. Let's begin. Appetite is not just about food. We often think appetite is simple. You eat when you're hungry. You stop when you're full. But appetite is actually a complex conversation between the brain, gut, hormones, senses, emotions, and memories. For younger adults, this system works smoothly. You feel hunger regularly. You crave certain foods, and you enjoy the taste. But for older adults, this internal communication begins to weaken. Signals get softer. Hormonal responses become slower. And many parts of the appetite system simply don't activate the way they once did. Imagine the appetite system as an orchestra. In youth, every instrument plays loudly and in sync. But as you age, different instruments get quieter, others go off beat, and suddenly, the music changes. Not because you did something wrong, but because aging resets the entire system. So let's break down what actually shifts. Taste and smell fade with age. Taste and smell are powerful drivers of appetite. They decide whether food feels exciting or boring, delicious or dull. But starting as early as age 60, the senses begin to weaken. Taste buds shrink, smell receptors decline, saliva production slows. Food textures feel different. And just like that, food doesn't spark joy anymore. A juicy peach doesn't taste as sweet. A fresh soup doesn't smell as aromatic. Favorite meals feel strangely plain. And when taste drops, appetite drops with it. This sensory loss is subtle. It happens slowly, often without people noticing. But eventually, meals no longer feel rewarding. So older adults naturally eat less. This alone explains a huge portion of appetite loss in aging populations. The metabolism slows down. Another major factor, metabolism changes dramatically with age. When you're young, your body burns energy constantly. You need calories to sustain muscle mass, growth, and repair. But after age 50, muscle mass declines. Energy expenditure drops. The body conserves calories more efficiently. This means older adults simply don't feel hunger as often. Their bodies don't send the same strong, "you need fuel" signals. It's not intentional starvation. It's the body adjusting to a new pace. But the dangerous part? Even though metabolism slows, the need for nutrients does not. Older adults still need the same vitamins, proteins, and minerals. But their hunger cues don't reflect that need, leading to unintentional malnutrition. The brain's hunger signals change. Hunger is regulated in the hypothalamus, a region of the brain that receives chemical messages from the stomach and intestines. But with age, these messages get weaker. Ghrelin, the "I'm hungry" hormone, drops. Leptin sensitivity changes. Neural pathways lose efficiency. Stomach stretching becomes less noticeable. So even if an older adult needs food, their brain might not send the correct hunger signal. They may go long hours without eating simply because the hunger alarm doesn't activate. A full plate doesn't excite them. Skipping meals feels normal. Small snacks feel filling. Not because they don't want to eat, but because their brain doesn't tell them to. This neurological shift is one of the most overlooked reasons why so many older adults struggle to maintain healthy eating habits. Medications affect appetite. Nearly 70% of older adults in the U.S. take at least one prescription medication. Many take 2, 3, or more. And dozens of common medications reduce appetite: blood pressure meds, antidepressants, painkillers, heart medications, diabetes drugs, anti-inflammatory drugs, thyroid medications. Side effects include nausea, dry mouth, stomach upset, metallic taste, reduced hunger, early fullness. Imagine eating while feeling slightly nauseous every day, or tasting bitterness in every meal, or feeling full after 3 bites. It's no surprise appetite drops. And because medication use tends to increase with age, so does appetite suppression. Emotional health plays a major role. We often underestimate how deeply emotions affect appetite. Many older adults face emotional challenges we rarely discuss. Loneliness, grief after losing a spouse, social isolation, depression, anxiety, reduced sense of purpose. Major life transitions. Food is social. Meals used to be shared with family, with friends, with partners. But as people age, social circles shrink. Families move away. Loved ones pass. Daily routines change. Suddenly, meals are eaten alone. And eating alone, day after day, slowly drains the pleasure from food. Many older adults report, "I don't feel like cooking just for myself. It doesn't taste the same when I eat alone. I'm not hungry when no one is around." Emotional hunger is as real as physical hunger. And when emotional fulfillment drops, the appetite often drops too. Loneliness can reduce appetite just as strongly as illness. Digestive system slows down. As the body ages, the digestive system also changes. Food moves more slowly through the gut. The stomach empties more slowly. Digestive enzymes decrease. Constipation becomes more common. This creates a constant feeling of fullness, even after very small meals. Imagine eating half a sandwich and feeling like you just finished a Thanksgiving dinner. That's the daily reality for many older adults. Slow digestion interferes with hunger cycles, making people less likely to start their next meal, leading to reduced appetite and inconsistent eating patterns. Physical conditions that reduce appetite. Several age-related health conditions also directly affect appetite. Thyroid disorders, chronic pain, dental problems, poor fitting dentures, acid reflux, respiratory illnesses, kidney disease, heart failure, loss of mobility. Each of these conditions can make eating uncomfortable, difficult, or simply unappealing. And because older adults often manage multiple health challenges at once, their appetite naturally declines. How appetite loss impacts health. While appetite loss may seem harmless, its long-term effects can be serious. Muscle loss accelerates. Immune system weakens. Fatigue increases, bone density drops, healing slows. Malnutrition risks rise, cognitive function declines. Appetite is more than eating, it's fuel for life. And without proper nutrition, everything from mobility to mental clarity can be affected. What can help? The good news? There are ways to support appetite in older adults, gently, safely, and realistically. Here are some scientifically backed strategies. Eat smaller, more frequent meals. Large meals feel overwhelming. Small snacks every 2 to 3 hours are much easier. Focus on protein. Muscle loss is a major risk. Protein helps slow it down. Add flavor enhancers. Since taste and smell weaken, herbs, spices, and marinades can make food enjoyable again. Make meals social. People eat more when they're with others. Even one shared meal a day can help. Choose calorie-dense foods. Nuts, avocados, yogurt, eggs. Small bites with big nutrition. Treat underlying illnesses. Dental care, gut health, thyroid issues, and depression all dramatically impact appetite. Review medications. Sometimes a doctor can adjust dosage or switch to a medication with fewer appetite side effects. Gentle physical activity. Even a short walk can stimulate hunger cues. Appetite doesn't have to disappear forever. It just needs support. Aging changes the body in countless subtle ways. The loss of appetite isn't a sign of weakness. It isn't a loss of willpower. And it isn't something to feel ashamed of. It is simply the body adapting to a new phase of life. A phase that requires understanding, compassion, and thoughtful care. The more we understand these changes, the better we can support ourselves and the people we love. If you found this video helpful, remember to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who may benefit. Thanks for watching, and take good care of yourself, today and always.